Okay, for this assignment, we're going to look at sex-linked traits. Sex-linked traits are those found on the gene, or those genes that are found on the X chromosome, but not the Y chromosome, or genes that are found on the Y chromosome, but not the X chromosome, so the sex chromosomes. In humans, the X chromosome is much larger than the Y chromosome and contains 1,000 more genes, or thousands of more genes than the Y chromosome. For each of the genes that are exclusively on the X chromosome, females who are XX would obviously have two alleles, while males who are XY would only have one allele. Thus, females with one recessive allele and one dominant allele for the gene that have, or for a gene that is unique to the X chromosome will display the dominant phenotype. However, a male with one recessive allele for a gene unique to the X chromosome will always exhibit the recessive trait because there is no other corresponding allele on the Y chromosome. So that just means that there's no allele to mask or hide the recessive allele. In humans, each of two different sex-linked genes has a defective recessive allele that causes a disease. The diseases are hemophilia and color blindness. In hemophilia, the defective allele prevents the synthesis of a factor needed for blood clotting, and for color blindness, the defective allele prevents the person from seeing color. So we're going to use the information here to answer the following questions. So if the X has a capital H, this is a normal allele, so this means no hemophilia. If it has a lowercase h, then this is a recessive allele, so this will mean that the person will have hemophilia. The Y chromosome has no gene for hemophilia, so we will not write anything on the Y, just Y. And then same thing for color blindness. So if the X has a big B, a capital B, it is normal, so no color blindness, normal vision. If it has a lowercase b, then it is going to be recessive. This means the person will be colorblind. And then again, the Y does not have the comparable gene, so we are just going to write Y. So when we write the genotypes here, a normal male, for example, we'll click in the, hold on, let me zoom back out. Let's switch my mouse, click in the box here, and we are going to write just like we did with blood types. So capital and control period will take us up. Normal, male for color blindness. Yep, for color blindness is going to be big B. We're going to control period back down, Y. Or, I'm going to put a couple spaces and rewrite it. We could do X, again, format, text, superscript, B, capital B, again, format, text, superscript, Y. And I would just like to leave my caps locks on because we write more capital letters than lowercase letters. Just make sure that you switch it back. So I just wanted to show you how to do that one. And then, so you're going to do all three of those, or all of these genotypes. And then let's go to the Punnett squares. So for the Punnett squares, we are going to cross one female with one male always. And if we click on the box, we are going to put parent 1, so the X's at the top. So X, B, and I'm just going to copy paste this. So copy and paste. And then dad has X, period, lowercase b, and a Y, capital Y. And we're just going to fill in the Punnett square like we normally do. Remember, capital letters are going to go first. So this capital B here is going to go before the lowercase b. So we would write X, capital B, X, capital B, X, lowercase b. And then here is going to be about the same. And then we write the X before the Y. So this one here is going to be X, capital B from the top, and then Y from the left here. And then what proportion of males are colorblind? You're going to do that out of 2 because 2 of our squares are going to be males. So either like 100% of males, 50% of males. It's never going to be 25% because we're only going to have 2 squares that are males. And then do the same thing for females. So what proportion of the females? Let's just fill the rest of this in. This is actually going to be the same. And this one is going to be the same. So again, color blindness is recessive. So you can see our 2 males squares here. Neither of them have a recessive. So this would be 0% of the males are colorblind. And then what about the females? The females, again, to be colorblind, you have to have 2 recessive alleles for females, and they are both carriers, but they are not colorblind. So we would put 0% again. So we're just looking at the females, we're just looking at the males. And if it says any children, like down here on number 4, we would look at all 4 boxes. But just males, we're just looking at the 2 male boxes, females, etc. So try the rest of the Punnett squares on your own. And if you have questions, shoot me an email or join office hours.